I'm here with Andy McIntyre and Tony Faulkner from VSI. How are we, gents?
Very well, Chris. How are you?
Good. Not too bad after your team give us a beating over the weekend in the FA Cup, but never mind. Quadruple's still on for you guys.
We never got out of second gear.
Just kick us off then, lads. Just tell us a bit more about yourselves and VSI.
Okay, so VSI Executive Education have for the last 7-year run education programs, typically for high-profile athletes transitioning from playing, potentially coaching or managing into senior strategic lead roles in sports organisations. What we've seen with the lockdown over the last 12 months is a proliferation of mental health issues for people who are working in the industry of sport, but also in the business of sport, which is where we find ourselves very much aligned with Downtown in business. And I've got a partner who's far less stable than me and is prepared to make a statement by putting his body on the line to bring mental health among the sport and business community to life. So he's going to be running a 4-4-48, and he's going to tell you all about it.
Yeah, Tony.
Chris, I've got no idea. I've got no idea how I've been roped into this. I am not a runner. I do everything but run. I go to the gym. I do a lot of boxing. Me and Andy go CrossFit training, but I don't run. So the thought of running 4-4-48 is something which is a challenge mentally. Physically, being able to run it without picking up any injuries is one of the challenges. But it's going ahead. April the 19th, we kick off at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the middle of the training program at the moment. Have my good days, have the challenging days. But it's something which has got a great deal of attention from the sporting alumni that we work with. We've got great support from sports organisations, from individuals, from football, rugby players, Olympians, executives working in sport. They're all putting their weight behind the challenge and the importance of making everyone aware of the challenges of mental health. So we look forward to kicking it off. Interestingly, we've got a number of guest runners that are running with us, and if I'm not mistaken, you'll be joining us on Tuesday, won't you?
Well, yeah, on the second day, I believe. Yeah, afternoon slot.
It's Frank down for one as well.
I doubt it. Very much doubt it. He'll probably come for the beers at the end when it's all over. No.
Well, what we have seen, Chris, is the sport and business community have really got behind us. Now, I know how Downtown in business have been helping to prepare their members for bouncing back better and trying to reignite our economy, and sport is no different. And what's finally been recognised, if we're going to come out of this successfully, we've got to be brave, talk about our own mental health and the welfare of our friends, family and colleagues. So we've been urging people to pick up the phone and speak to a friend. Brian Dean, the first goal scorer of a goal in the Premier League, been an architect of this movement, encouraging people. And he added, by the way, if someone wouldn't mind ringing me, I'd really appreciate a call like that. We've got Nikki Butt coming down to help us. We've got Rebecca Adlington, 2-time Olympic medalist, who's been very, very transparent about the challenges that she's faced. She's in a fabulous space at the moment. She talks really articulately about what we need to do in order to help people get through these challenging times. And we were delighted that you agreed to run a leg and represent our partners Downtown in highlighting the challenges for the business community and the sport business community.
Yeah, it has. Well, I think it's a year to the day, isn't it? Since lockdown was announced. So already, a massive issue before all the pandemic kicked off, but even more so in the last 12 months as well. So fabulous what you're doing. and some great people there involved who you've mentioned. And you're 20th of April, so you're about a month off now, Tony. So
yeah,
still another 4 weeks of training. What's your typical
4 weeks of training?
Yeah, what's your typical week looking like then at the minute, training wise?
So I would say up until this week, I've taken it reasonably cautiously with regards to runs. The critical thing is making sure that you don't get injured on a run, which is going to set you back a couple of weeks. So as of this week, the volume of runs is picking up. So I had a 4 miler last night. After this call, I'm going to be making my way home and doing some, as I said before, some sprint training. And then I'm going to have a day off tomorrow and then run Thursday, Friday with possibly 3 runs on Saturday and then a rest day on Sunday. Yeah. And then we're just going to gradually keep the volume leading into about 4 days before the actual event commences and then tail off. So that's the plan. Sleep deprivation will come into it as well, but we're not going to train for that. I think we're just going to have to deal with that as we go along. And in between time, we're doing some other training. We've got a masseur which is looking after us. Yeah. We go along to Manchester Strength and Conditioning. We work outside with those guys, so they provide different conditioning training for us. Which is important, which is really important, not only physically but mentally as well.
Under Armour have provided you with a fabulous array of kit.
Yeah,
we're lucky that we run a CEO of a sports organisation programme for people who want to step into the role of the CEO in sport. Among them is a guy called Niall Bruton, Senior Executive at Under Armour. He really has come up trumps, hasn't he, Tony? Do you want to explain what he's delivered for you?
So what Niall has done is he represents Jade Jones, the double Olympic Taekwondo medalist. So Niall is bringing Jade along on the Monday morning. She's going to be involved in the event with regards to talking to us around some of the challenges and issues that she's faced throughout her career. And Niall, as part of Under Armour, have provided me with kit to run in. So I've got multiple shorts, t-shirts, bottoms, etc., more or less a new kit for every run. I think there's 12 runs, a couple of trainers, etc. So we can't thank those guys enough. We've also got a partnership with Rixo, and Rixo provide what are called calf cuffs, which you might want to look into, Chris. So after you've trained, you basically put these cuffs on, which compress the calves, but in the inside of these cuffs, they inflate with ice, right? Like freezing gel, should I say. So they compress the calves and they allow you to recover quicker. So those guys are involved supporting us with that, and they've had some great use over the last couple of weeks. I can assure you of that. So looking forward to it tentatively, but I'm also looking forward to the end of it, I've got to admit.
Yeah, I think it's important to note as well that we're not actually seeking to raise money. I think we live in a world at the moment where everybody's financially challenged, or so many people are financially challenged. So we're not looking to ask our supporters to donate money. We're asking them to call a friend, call a colleague, call a friend, check out that they're okay.
Yeah.
No, that's all we ask.
It's a fantastic message, and I think one we should all be doing more of. So, credit to you guys for raising awareness on that, and credit to you, Tony, for taking on this mad challenge, which I remember a couple of months ago when you told me you were doing it. And I am a runner, so in my head I didn't think. I was like, yeah, it sounds okay. And then it was like, it's 48 miles over 2 days, but then you have to stop and start without sleeping. The more I've thought about it, it's just like, it's nuts.
Yeah, we were speaking to a group of guys yesterday that have done a similar event. They were separated all over the world, but they did it at the same time, raising money for a friend of theirs who had cancer. And exactly that. It's a stop-start way of doing the run, which is really the challenge. A lot of those guys walked it for various parts of the run. I mean, my in my mind, I'm going to run it. I'm sure I'm going to run it a lot slower as the event goes on, but the intention is to run everyone. And I'm also going to try and run it on the clock. So when you're running with me on the Tuesday, you can be the pace setter, Chris, because I think I'm going to be flagging a little bit at that point.
Lung busting, pain and blisters, Chris. That's what it's all about.
You could join me at the 4 o'clock in the morning run, Chris, whichever one you prefer.
Gone for the midday, haven't I? That'll do me. Midday to 1.
Yeah.
So post run then, what else have VSI got upcoming this year?
We launch our first stateside program in September in Miami, Florida. So we've entered into a partnership with the Global Institute of Sport, who have campuses in Melbourne at the MCG, an iconic location in Melbourne, New York Red Bulls, MLS side Atlanta City, Toronto Maple Leaf Entertainment Group, who've got 4 teams in major US sports leagues, and of course into Miami. And so we're going to be hosting students, touch wood, given the current situation, but we're optimistic we'll be hosting 30 students at the Inter Miami Stadium, and they will be studying at the start of a master's degree for sporting directors. But essentially, it's people who are currently looking to progress their career in sport, in the industry of sport. They want to differentiate it, so they want the badge of honour of securing a master's degree, but they also want to engage with our array of world-class masterclass speakers in the classroom engagement. But most equally of importance is the cohorts that we work with all have a massive amount to deliver to each other. So you've got international Olympians, soccer players, rugby union internationals, all engaging and studying the best practice in leadership.
Well, if you need anyone to go out to Miami with you as well, Tony, I'm happy to do that one as well as the
I think it's got a bit lively there with spring break at the moment. They've had to impose a curfew. That's before we even get there.
Right, gents, well, thanks a lot for your time this afternoon. Good luck, Tony, with the remainder of your training, and I look forward to seeing you on
Thanks for that, Chris.
The second day. I'm sure it'll all go to plan. And yeah, best of luck, guys. Good to see you.
Okay. Cheers, Chris. See you again.
If you enjoyed that video, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel on the link below and be among the first to get to listen to all the latest interviews through the Downtown Den.